That was a bit of a close one. That could have easily ruined our scenario there, but we did it. And now, with that being said, there will be absolutely no problems whatsoever. I said there'll be absolutely no problems whatsoever. See? Look, no problems whatsoever. Hi everyone, Morgoth the Barbarian, and with that, we are starting our 19th episode of our City Skylines playthrough. Where on the last episode, we successfully, quote-unquote, dealt with a rail apocalypse. Yeah, our train lines were becoming so jammed, which might explain the issues with our economy and why we weren't making really enough money. Let's just say we added some more train superhighways throughout the map. I don't know if this is going to hold or not, though. We will see as time goes on, but we're going to carry on with our expansion, particularly of the things we got. Our iron mine, which made it to level 5 while we weren't looking. And I think some upgrades of the cargo harbor are needed too. Yeah, we kind of neglected all of this, so we need to get it up and rolling, especially since time is now no longer on our side as much as it was. So, of course, hit those like and subscribe buttons. Not like, you know, you knew that already, and we'll get started. And the first thing I want to do is deal with this. Yeah, you know what? This is one of those things where after the fact I kind of decided, you know, this isn't really worth it. So, hold on a minute here. So, first things first, I'm going to delete this whole thing. This is kind of an oopsie / waste of time. My bad. And there we go. That takes care of, well, almost that. I don't know. I might have to summon the specialized cleanup crew for the waste transfer faculties that for some reason can't move along. Okay, that's alright. A couple more nitty-gritty things that need to be done around here. Where is the recycling station? Alright, there's the recycling station. We'll put one over here. Sure, why not? Alright. So yeah, the reason I got rid of that is because we're inevitably going to have an iron district over here. So maybe, let's wait. I don't think it's really needed. So, let's see, anything else? Why do we have so much crime in our airport? What are the cops doing? I have no clue. But I will be putting another recycling center over here. I don't know what they're doing. Oh, says there's no road access. What in the world? Bruh.
Astrologists report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the
Ah, there's our cleanup crew. We're just gonna pretend like nothing's gonna happen. I will be putting some recycling centers throughout the city. There we go. Ah, probably not the best idea to be putting this right next to the barracks. So, and it looks like we got some areas of death, so I'll need a few more crematoriums. And hold, please. Ah, when in doubt, call the cleanup crew.
A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site.
Useful for buildings you can't get rid of, you know.
A meteor strike has occurred.
No one saw that.
Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available.
See, there we go. When in doubt, always call the cleanup crew and they'll handle it promptly. So now nothing's over here. So now we're going to pretend like nothing happened. We're good. So, a couple other things. There's a lot of death in this city, and I'm not sure why. Oh, there's why. That might kind of be an issue. Not for nothing, but I might turn this into a small park area. I don't know why. Well, actually, I've got a better idea. So this right here, by the way, was one of the other issues. We've now maxed out on space, so we're going to have to keep our eyes peeled on this. I was just gonna say, why is that not emptying? Game, are you feeling okay? Aha! Well, we've got some gaps in... that looks like the highway, actually. But nevertheless, I wouldn't mind throwing down just a couple more crematoriums, and that's it. I love how there's already, like... Alright, we'll do, like, a super crematorium or something. I don't know. And then we'll throw in one over here. Love how we've got crematoriums, yet they don't seem to be doing their job that efficiently. I don't know why. And then this would probably be best if there was one right nearby. Apparently the park is a mess. That's awesome. There we go. In case anyone dies on any of the rides, I don't think they will. I think we'll be fine. Yeah, everything will be fine. Nobody's going to die on any of the rides whatsoever. There. Let's see, we got crime over here. I don't know why. We got sick people. Again, don't know why. Alright, so that should handle all of the nitty-gritty things in our city. I know there's some elevated area, isolated areas. I'm not going to worry about it. So, what do we need to do? Well, one thing that needs to be addressed is this area. We're still lots of workers short. That's a little bit of a problem. We're so close getting this to level 5, but for whatever reason, I can't seem to do it. And we're running out of space over here. That's going to be trouble. I would like to get this to level 5 to start throwing in more, the possibility of more forest districts, but we can't as long as this continues to, you know, be like this. So I'm looking for any extra space we can get. We can try to cram in as much as we can, but this is looking pretty hopeless if I'm being honest. So hold on. One of these fit. No, I think so I think the only option we've got, expand this slightly. Maybe put some of the more planned timber buildings on here. I know we've got a garbage thing over there. I'm not going to worry about it. Do like a little bit of a small. So we can do this. We got this. We're just going to have to get a little bit creative in order to pull this off. This is very, 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 very tight spacing. I know it is, but we got to do this if we can. It says it's too steep. Well, guess what? Not anymore. It's not too steep anymore. Yeah, try me. Game being like, no, you can't do that. Bruh. Well, I can do whatever I want, so too bad. It's all in the name of money. Oh. Well, I guess maybe the game does have a point. Not. Alright, no, it's on water. That's part of the issue here. Well, fortunately, anarchy mode also works for buildings, so you guess what? You lose. Oop. I know, it's acting spastic. My apologies for that, but anarchy mode also works for this part too, so that's too bad. Too bad. I'm not here to, please. I'm sure they won't mind the stench from that. There we go. There, now we'll pretend like that didn't happen. We'll also pretend like this didn't happen. There we go. And I'm hoping that finally settles the score. And we can get up to level 5 finally. If not, oh my god. That's what Anarchy Mode did. I gotta love it, I guess. Meh. Okay, we got enough electricity. Still got enough sewage and water for days. I may have to throw in some other things to go with it, but I think we're looking good. See, we need commercial, but there's not much I can do. Alright. So let's focus on the things that make us money and not so much the other stuff. Okay, we need those. We are importing quite a few resources. I don't like to see that. So we'll start over here. Wait, do we? Okay, so what do we have? We should have all the buildings because we got to level 5. Yes, we did. And as long as we're sticking the oil production... Well, there's your first problem. Why do I have them all... Oh my god. Well, there's problem number 1. I have them all in the wrong spot. That is not going to help us one bit. Alright, this does not help us. I don't know what I was thinking when I did this. So we need to move everything. Hang on. Clearly, I was just building this on the fly and not really paying attention to anything else. Good job, me. There, least I can do. Okay, could you... Oh, there it is. Okay, so we want the oil production buildings over here, not over there. That's kind of a big difference if we have them over there. We'll put the petroleum on this side. We've got water. There's no electricity, but that can be arranged. There we go. Put some few more large drilling rigs over here. We got some down the street. That'll work. Alright, it leveled up. That's what that sound was, in case anyone was wondering. Some oil industry storage for our stuff. Alright, and I suppose we could fill in the blanks with a few more things. Got these large oil pumps just running around. And if we can get them all to level 5, that'd be great. Yep. Our usual tradition of forgetting the water. Awesome. Love to see it. There we go. There should be enough production around here to satisfy this whole area. The iron mine. Are you importing anything? No, but we still need more metals and glass. Do have this whole area to build on. I'm going to build a brand new industrial road over here. Say right about here, and then have it connect to the road. So we can put some production buildings on the right. Say another fiberglass plant over here. And a big old rotary kiln right here. Don't make me do it, game. Don't make me do it. Okay, I'm going to do it. what you made me do there. And then we'll supply it with... Oh, we can get a couple over here. These mines are quite big. As long as it's... You know what? As long as it says 9,600 a week, I think we're fine. And then, of course, we got the even big boy things. Ooh, boy. That is a big boy right there. Alright, that should satisfy whatever we need for iron. Now, yeah, because we're importing some... I'll throw in one more. Why not? The more the merrier. And some iron storage, too. Where is it at? Where is our iron storage? Put one right at the end over here. If we can. No, we cannot. Ah. I'm too lazy to get that out. There we go. So that concludes that. Now, one last thing I'd like to do, and I've been admittedly slacking on this, is unique factories. We need to get these up and running, and now these can go anywhere we want, but the general idea is to keep them next to the keep them next door to where we got readily material. So take this electronics factory, for instance. You can see it needs 2 iron things, related things, and an oil related thing. Well, we've got an oil field to your left and an iron mine to our right, so it only makes sense that our electronics factory is going to go right next door to it. Now, I recognize this isn't really the best position for it, considering we have no highway on-ramps or anything. That would be kind of a helpful thing. But I don't care, because this gives us money. You see the type of guy that I am. I just, like, nah, it's giving us money. We're good. So there you go. We have plastics, glass, and metals all in the vicinity. Speaking of plastics, I might want to give one more, just for, 2 more, actually. Where is it? Ah, there it is, the Napa Cracker Farm. We'll monitor petroleum. Ah, we need a few more. Okay, so that's basically the general idea for special factories, is that you want them very close to where our current industry exists. So... if there anything else... Oh, there... Petroleum refinery. Oh, yes, we can do this. We can do it, and we'll even put it right next door to the, electronics factory. Look at that. It's now got a brand new neighbor. Oh, we don't even need this anymore. Awesome. Wait, does it? It should. I don't know what's... Uh-oh. What did I do? Bruh. Well, it's not going to get anything if it's not powered up. Well, if you cut the power, none of what I just said is going to be a factor at all. So. Oh, that's, wow, that is a mess if I ever saw one. One thing that could help, and I don't know if this is going to, do us any good. A big warehouse. You know what? If we can fit 2, this might help. No, it's not going to help. Alright, let's try that again. What if we just fill in a medium warehouse? And we do 1 for oil and then 1 for ore. This may work out. I don't know if it will or not, but we'll see. Not enough raw materials. Well, that can be fixed. I know traffic in this area is a nightmare, but I'm going to pretty much ignore it for right now, like I always do with all these things. Oh, man, and there you go. And that should work out. any other special factories that require just... well, that requires all 4. There's a food thing in there. That's not going to help us. Again, you can kind of see what it gives you. Sneaker factory. Let me... Yep, I was just going to say. Well, this one... Some of these that require multiples, we're going to have to really, really think about where to put them. Now, I saw an oil-related thing. Aha! This is what I was looking for. And finally, an industrial steel plant. Oh, yes! Yes, yes, yes. But now we've kind of turned this area into a nightmare. So we've got all this heavy industry... And immediately the first problem is going to be, how are the train lines going to work around here? I'll save that idea for later. Oh, we've got people burning down stuff at the amusement park. I don't like to see that. Come on, not the teacups. I know, look, it's not my fault if your vomit is, flammable, okay? That's not what I want to be seeing. Alright, so we'll come back to that later on. This one, yeah, we need these. We're lagging in the, food production department. Alright. This is the, yeah, this is the food. I was looking at it going, are we sure this is correct? Oh, yeah, it's the pasture. Okay, so we want this. So I want to throw a couple of these down. We'll do the same for the large crop field. I could probably have another road go through this, not for nothing, but we'll leave that for right now. Alright, and then everybody gets water and power. Because, of course, we need for it to work. And, of course, we need a few industrial buildings to go alongside of this, as well as some storage. So, we'll put it over here, mostly. We'll put it on the sides of the road. That's probably our best bet. Let's put one there. A large storage barn. I see we just upgraded everything. That's awesome. We need water for this end. That's not as awesome, but understandable. And finally, let's do... Well, since this is where our meat comes... This is where the beef comes from. Sure, why not? We'll do like 4 over here. Again, we need to get these all set up and ready to go here. We have no power whatsoever. Oh boy. That has now been changed. Excellent. Put some flour mills over here. Nah, over here. Well, let's put the, there's slaughterhouses and milking parlors. We'll put the milking parlors up here. Do like 2. Make it 3. We'll put the cattle sheds. Well, we can have a few down here. Why not? A couple down here. And then the big boy slaughterhouse. Basically. There we go. So once again, the name of the game, that's nice. We actually probably could use another college, not for nothing. This is a minor note. So we'll just keep building, doing this scaling up thing over here. And see, it's already paying off. We already are now up to level 3. Excellent. Love to see it. smaller pasture farms if we don't feel like I have enough room for it over here. And again, because we were wisely got everything up to level 5, we can quickly scale everything up. That was the whole key to this. Getting everything up to level 5 is the quicker we can scale this up, the better. And look at that, this is already at level 4. I know I've got train lines I need to deal with too, as I can see it. I'm not gonna worry about traffic though or anything like that. Alright, so that one's almost all set. Correction, it is now. Alright, so that should be up to level 5 shortly. We'll check on the import and export kind of deals. Last but not least, Concord Petroleum. We didn't really get this up to speed either. In all fairness, it's kind of the same issue. Put a couple of these, like 3 of these guys over here in a row. Put a petrochemical on the other side of the road. With some of the larger storage tanks. And an oil storage facility right smack dab in the middle. I know it needs water. I'll address that. How about right now? I wouldn't mind addressing it right now. Sure. There you go. Some of the waste facilities over here, and another star has been achieved. Excellent. As well as the oil sludgerous plant. There we go. Everything should be fine. And of course, we're going to have to boost our oil stocks over here. Aha! Look at that. It's already 5 stars. Love to see it. Of course, we gotta water everything. And there we go. That has now been scaled up and ready to go. Still crime over here? Come on. Stop that. Cops need to get on that. So now that we've gotten all of that, the hope now is that this all works out. Let's see, traffic is at 66. So now what we will do is I'm going to go around, check to see if anything still needs imports, and then we'll move along. Alright, I tried as much as I could to fix things, but I'm starting to noticing a pattern that I didn't want to see. Traffic. The traffic monster completely is having our industrial areas consumed, and you can already see what's going on here. I think off camera I'm gonna have to do some rearranging here. This is not good. This probably shouldn't be happening. This is just an outright mess, and I've got like 10 million buildings over here, and that's just this district alone. This one's still lacking workers, but I've only got so much space I can put it in, too. And then you can kind of see the chaos just going all over the place. I even noticed something wrong with our airport, too. Like, all the planes wanted to use one terminal for some whatever random reason. I stopped that in its tracks. That is no longer an issue. But yeah, this is just nuts. Our whole city's going off the rails, which might explain why we can't really do anything. Alright. So, I would like to come over, and then, of course, we have an electric storm, which is just... I keep finding, like, our power grid is just in a mess. Oh, and we don't have enough water over here. Boy, I am on a roll right now, huh? I'm just straight up on a roll. This is just... My goodness. This is just... If you were expecting chaos in this playthrough, you certainly got it. And now, as if that wasn't bad enough, I see we're now looking for residential zones. We'll address that shortly. Let's address the things that actually make us money in this game, and I think it's about time we did this. I said we were getting 3 cargo hubs in this game, and by God, that's what we're going to get. So, let's see. Now we need enough room for this to pull off. So, I would say right about there is what we're looking at. So, hold on a minute. Let me just save my game here, because we're about to go undertake a... nice little project, and this could go all sorts of wrong if we're not careful. I think this should be more than enough room. Alright. So just like earlier, we got our roads. We'll have one more over here, but we're not going to build it just yet. No, I don't think so. As long as we get the trains involved, we're good. That's the main concern I have, is just getting those train lines set up to where this works. I'm trying to see now. Okay, we got that one all set up, so we should probably have it go not like that. Oh, yikes. Alright, I'm going to have to flip on anarchy mode. I had a funny feeling that might end up being the case more so than not. I'm aware that it's facing the wrong direction. It's all good. Speaking of facing... No, that's what I was afraid of. What is it with that? It's got to be an angle thing. I still have not yet figured that one out. No. That's better. Okay, the game liked that a lot. So it liked that a lot. Alright, so that's good. Now I just need to get it to the other track over there. We need enough space over here for this to work. Nope, it does not like it. Once again. There we go, we've got that now. Should probably come as no surprise that I'm building a little junction over there, so that trains can shunt onto our main highway over here. There's going to be a third one, but I don't know where exactly to put it. That's... Oh, boy. This is going to be tight, and I may have to expand this later on, but the hope is to have another one harbor over here. I'm hoping I don't need any, like, clever accounting tricks to do this, or something along those lines. I don't know. And, of course, we got to power it up. That, looks ugly. Hold on. I don't want to use anarchy mode if I don't have to. We may have to. Oh, boy. That's the problem. We've got all this infrastructure, and it's just, you know, it's very tight. Okay. Still not there. Oh, man. So that's the problem with... Okay, I guess we are going to have to go anarchy mode. Thank God for this mod. I must say, this is a must-have if you're playing this game, because of... Don't get situations like this. It just won't let me do it, even with... There, we got it. It took some clever tricks, but we've got it. Lastly, I suppose some warehousing might be needed. Actually, I wouldn't mind building some large warehouses, too. Yes, I'm aware that we need more of that, and your point is, game's like crying out for more residential space, but we've got other things. I've got money to make. Bruh, time is money. Let's do, if I can, 6 giant ones. Already got one set up. You'll see what the 6th one is for in just a second. Since we've now... There we go. So now we've got our 6 ones, and each single one... No, I mean, that's a good point. Is basically going to be one of these. We've already got one for commercials, so we'll just do one for each type. I mean, yes, we have local storage, but I just want to have some stuff saved away for everything else over here. And there we go. And now we have our 6 giant warehouses. We can even put more in if we want, but I'm going to save it for right now. In regards to unique factories, we'll address that some other time. And then there's this, the shipyard. It really can only go in a residential area. I'm not going to worry about the shipyard just yet. Later on, we're going to be putting an actual harbor, and I think the shipyard might be good for that area. So we'll stay tuned. That is really the only one I'm not going to put in for the time being. But yes, now we have all of our warehouses. They've got power and water. All right. Finally, I think we need more workers. But, see, the problem is we've got everything filled out. Going back to my original plan, it was just to keep it inside of our little box over here. But as you can see, the city had other ideas and has since now exploded. And we've now hit the point where now we've kind of got to fill out the spaces over here. So I guess as long as it doesn't really come into conflict with any major industrial areas, sure. Like, yes, we have a lot of forest over here and a train line. We have an oil patch over here. We have, let's see. We should ideally have it close to our city, too. This is looking like a prime candidate. I know we have an iron mine over here. And realistically, that's probably the only spot we've got. So here's the deal. I think this area is pretty much a prime candidate for expansion. Now, see, this is the problem is I've already screwed myself over in the road department, too. Fortunately, we do have ways to kind of work around this. Another area we could go to, okay, that's on fire, is over here, but I was planning on putting in a forestry district over here. We've got, of course, our rails, 3 highways. And of course, there's this coastal district, too. There's also where our former industrial district went, too. But you can see we kind of got all this stuff. I will have to move this out of the way. And finally, we've got an area that doesn't even have any industry whatsoever. It's not going to be of any use, but because of the Iron District, I don't feel comfortable putting it there. I think the winner is over here outside of Grove Hills, and we've already got the infrastructure set up, so... Asking you shall receive, I guess. The other option would be to just start throwing in high-density zones. Which, quite honestly, may actually be the best idea under such short notice. I will have to rebuild some of this other stuff. Speaking of rebuilding, stop burning down my park buildings for the 400 millionth time. I'm gonna go with that option. It's silly, but I'm gonna actually go with that option a little bit more. And yes, we will have to upgrade the commercial zones too. So I think this region of Sycamore Heights is getting an upgrade. And then we're just, let's see here. We'll keep the smaller commercial, well, we'll upgrade the commercial zones a little bit. If we're going to do high commercial, high density stuff, we should probably do the same thing for our commercial zones over here. So we'll give this a very slight upgrade over here. So start with that. And there we go. This is kind of the same trick I pulled in SimCity back in the day. Whenever I needed the space for it, I kind of would turn to more higher density stuff. Speaking of which, let's turn this into high density since it sits right next door. Ah, I was looking to transform this too. Come on, game. Let me do it. There you go. Now, obviously, this will require more resources and all that stuff, but I'm not going to worry about it for right now. We're not interested in that. Thought is inevitably we get more buildings like this. And it's, let's call it a stopgap solution to our problem here. Now, the other thing we could do is try to zone out more... Use the zone out trick on more local areas too. For instance, say this area. Or if I really wanted to be mean, I could build like a slum area or something. Let's not get any bad ideas that I'll regret later on. Or I could just fill that in real quick and call it move along. Ah, and that's working already. Look at that. It didn't take us very long for the grand plan to work. Love it when a plan comes together. And look at that. It already toned down our demand for residential. So that area will now need to be rebuilt. But I think the general idea at this point would be to start a brand new kind of... I'll start the layout now, but I'm not going to actually do anything with it. Yes, I see there's a highway over here. That's going to create more issues than not. I suppose if we're... I'm coming back to that later. Do kind of like the outer rim of it. So my plans for this district, basically another residential area. I'll probably build a roundabout over here too. Not for nothing. Once we get that set up, I can have the roundabout builder for that. And then this kind of will turn into... Well, it already is a highway exit, but I know it's kind of close, but so be it. So There'll be the beginnings of a small iron district over here, and now I just realized half of it was outside the city anyway, so it might not matter. But this seems like a good area for a second college. This would be a brand new residential area. And somehow I'll have more connections to it. The train line will come up a little bit, probably next to this road, if I were to take a guess. I know it's kind of tight to the highway, but we might have to redesign this whole area. It's not really friendly. And if worst case scenario, I can drag this road all the way alongside of it and have it connect, say, around here or so. Maybe have it curve and connect. Actually, that might not be a bad idea. Let's finish this off in that way. Ah, see, look at that. I'm already giving myself good ideas. Which means it's code speak for. Of course it's a bad idea. Bruh. Haven't you learned? And the answer is, of course I haven't. Oh, that's not for nothing. This playthrough is starting to fall apart, too. Oh, man. There we go. So that's kind of the initial outline for our district. Is that we have this whole area to deal with for more residential areas because we're tapped out. And look at that. Speaking of tapped out, our demand is already tapped out, and we didn't even get a shot to fill this whole thing. So that actually worked out to a degree. All right, works for me. Hold on. Do we have a small school? One last thing I want to put. No, we don't. Let's fix that problem. There we go. Give the residents our small little school over here. I'm sure we got that kind of coverage. Yes, we do. Oh, deaf coverage. All right, we're looking good. We just needed to give it one small little elementary school, and we're good. All right. I see we're about 50 to 60 grand up, but we're still not anywhere close. I mean, my goodness. Alright, the port traffic is now effectively using our second harbor. Ships haven't quite figured out just yet that there's a second harbor they can go into. But we're slowly building that up. I know. And, of course, the trains haven't figured out either that there's a second harbor. They're all... I hate to say this, but they're all probably going to want to use this first harbor. I don't know why, but trains are... The traffic in this game isn't smart enough to figure out that there's multiples, so they'll automatically go to whatever's closer. When it, logistically, they probably, if they say, if this were clogged up, you would think they would go up and towards our new cargo harbor, but no, they're probably going to all want to use this one because they're just silly. The good news is at least traffic has begun to start using this one. Okay, thank God. So off camera, I'm going to have to do a few things. I'm going to have to solve these problem, which is probably more traffic related than anything else. So let's get some more train routes to our industrial zones. I think one thing that might help is if I were to build a bridge over here and connect over here, this might solve a few more issues than not. These are all things to consider. We're nowhere near 1 million. We've only topped 100,000 once, and you would think with all this we'd be there, but alas, that is not meant to be. In fact, see, we've still got, we're relying on imports. Fortunately, yeah, it's not much, but enough to be a problem. Most of it is forest, though, and you can probably take a guess at what district is responsible for that. Export-wise, it's mostly... Wow, it is mostly what I expected. Forest, some agriculture, ore and forestry. The fishing's doing next to nothing, but considering it's a small area. I could feasibly expand it over here if I really want to. And maybe down on the coast over here. I know there's some good tuna fishing over here too, but... yeah, we're just not making the grade, and I guess we'll conclude with the budget. Just to look and see what the issue is over here. Well, yeah, funny enough, we're getting a lot from our residents. LOL, our tolls are providing next to nothing. I might need to fix that. Yeah, we're still earning most from our, and of course there's no industrial zones. We kind of knocked them out, but those are taxes from our residentials. I may have to fix that a little bit, because a lot of it's coming from our special zones. And look at that. This is exactly what you'd expect, kind of. Our farming's up there, too. But this is about what you'd expect. Of course, we have for-profit education. Why wouldn't we? Like I said, we'll be adding a second college to this. And see if we can try to run that up. Well, that's kind of, I'm guessing that has more to do with our trains jamming the roads. We don't have an airline either, so we might have to fix that next episode. Alright. I doubt tourism and tolls are going to do any... no, they're not really producing much. And I'm leaving the tax rates right where they are, too. So, yeah, we're getting close. I think we got to 100 grand just now, actually, but... like I said, we're nowhere near where we should be. So I'm going to end this episode on that note. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. And I think so next, while this is in between episodes, I will go to work on this a little bit more. We're starting to run out of time, though, as you can see. We're getting down there. It's going to be 17 years left, so... hold on to something. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.